I'm Shannon Li. I go by she, they pronouns. I'm currently a master's student here at the School of Information studying user experience research and design. I also did my bachelor's and undergrad here at Michigan, also in UX as well. For me, accessible and inclusive design is about being able to work with people. I think a big part of it as a designer is that you want to understand people more, you want to understand their needs and pain points. So a big part of it is being able to actually work with them and not just having them as, interviewees or testers for your designs, but actually working with these communities to design with them. I think the projects that has been most impactful for me is working with GLAAD. It's an LGBTQ+ organization. There is some involvement with design, but a lot of it was mostly about writing stories and narratives. And for me, I think it's nice sometimes, getting outside of the design bubble, but I think it's shaped a lot within my own values as a designer, as I mentioned before. Just being able to work within this community has helped me a lot, especially since I wasn't really out until college. So I think that helps solidify a lot for me within, identity base. And being here at UMSI, I think there's a lot of conversations about design and identity. And I think it helps a lot to work within more activist communities to learn more and how you can bring that framework into design. A big part amongst a lot of, big companies and tech companies as a whole is that they don't think too much about accessibility in terms of how we can measure accessibility with digital products. Because a lot of businesses are always focused on how we can just deliver the next product, how we can make more money, rather than thinking about whether or not this product is actually accessible for people, whether or not it's, at the baseline user-friendly. On that project with the Accessibility Inclusive Design Handbook at Nike is more of a handbook that would guide towards better inclusive and accessible practices within Nike for all digital products, just emphasizing in that handbook what's the best way of interacting with disability individuals and athletes with disabilities. For me, I think Nike aligns really well than say other tech companies or other media companies out there. They emphasize a lot on health and well-being. The nature of sports is also thinking about mental health and well-being and cultivating that type of environment where health is emphasized. So I think it's their whole larger ecosystems about health and well-being that as a designer that I'm contributing towards. I think it's really cool to be able to just work on those projects and knowing that it still aligns with that mission that they have towards everyone playing sports, making sports a daily habit. I think UMSI has definitely shaped a lot of my path as a designer. I didn't know about UX until I came into UMSI, so I think that was sort of introduction to UX for me. The friends that I've made here at Michigan were the main reasons why I realized that I wanted to pursue design. And advice I would give incoming MSI students or BSI students as well is to really leverage the people that you have around you, so that that doesn't just include students, but also professors and faculty. I was lucky that the past 3 years that I've had a really great professor. His name is Oliver Hameson, and he's supported a lot of my works throughout my time here at Michigan. He works a lot with trans-related technologies, a lot of social computing and HCI as a whole, and he was a very supportive faculty member. And I think that was enough for me to continue and be able to work on projects. Being able to have people who support you goes a long way, really connecting with the people around you and the faculty and professors, even though I know sometimes it can be intimidating. I think just the people make such a huge impact.